Have you ever promised yourself that tomorrow morning will be different? Tomorrow, you will wake up early. Tomorrow, you will study English for an hour. Tomorrow, you will finally become consistent. And then tomorrow comes. You hit the snooze button. You feel tired. You rush to get ready, and your English study disappears again. Does this sound familiar? A lot of people believe that the best time to learn is early in the morning, and for some people, that is true. But what if I told you that 5 minutes before sleep can sometimes be more powerful than 1 hour in the morning? 5 small minutes, right before you close your eyes. My name is Emma, and this is Train Your English Brain. I want to tell you about a student named Mia. Mia was busy. Very busy. She worked all day. She came home tired. She wanted to improve her English, but she always felt there was no time. One day, she said to me, "Emma, I keep making plans, but I never follow them." I asked her, "What is the last thing you do before you sleep?" She thought for a moment. "I usually scroll on my phone." I smiled, because many of us do exactly the same thing. 5 minutes. 10 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, looking at random videos, reading random posts, and then going to sleep. So I gave Mia a challenge. For 1 month, during the last 5 minutes before bed, she had to do only one thing: spend those 5 minutes with English. Nothing difficult, nothing stressful, just 5 peaceful minutes. She looked surprised. Only 5 minutes? Only 5. She laughed. That can't make much difference. Maybe you are thinking the same thing right now, but she decided to try. On the first night, she listened to a short English story. On the second night, she read 5 simple sentences. On the third night, she reviewed a few words she had learned before. That was all. No long lessons, no grammar exercises, no pressure. A week later, she sent me a message. "Emma, I actually look forward to these 5 minutes." That made me happy, because learning works better when it feels calm, not stressful, not forced, just calm. Then something interesting happened. Mia started remembering words more easily. A phrase from a podcast, a sentence from a story, a new expression. She said, "It's strange. The words seem to stay in my mind longer." It wasn't strange at all. Our brains do something amazing while we sleep. During sleep, the brain organizes information. It strengthens memories. It decides what to keep and what to forget. That is why the last things you see and hear before sleep can sometimes stay with you longer. Think about this. Have you ever watched a movie at night and still thought about it the next morning? Or listened to a song before bed and woke up with it in your head? Our minds keep working while we sleep. That is why 5 minutes of English before bed can be so powerful. You are giving your brain something useful to carry into the night. Mia continued her little habit. Every evening, she asked herself one simple question: what kind of English do I want tonight? Sometimes she listened to a short podcast. Sometimes she read a simple story. Sometimes she looked at 10 vocabulary words. Sometimes she listened to the same audio again. There were no rules, only one promise: 5 minutes of English before sleep. A month later, she came back and said something I will never forget. "I feel closer to English now." Closer. That is a beautiful word, because language learning is not only about knowledge, it's about your relationship with the language. If English always feels difficult and stressful, you avoid it. But if English becomes a peaceful part of your day, you start coming back to it naturally. Those 5 minutes became a gift she gave herself every night. No pressure, no big goals, just a quiet moment with English. I think many learners make one mistake. They believe that longer study always means better study. 1 hour must be better than 5 minutes. But life is not always that simple. A 5-minute habit that you keep every day is often stronger than a 1-hour habit that you do once a week, because consistency changes us. Little actions repeated hundreds of times create real progress. Think about brushing your teeth. You do not brush your teeth for 1 hour every Sunday, you do it for a few minutes every day. And because you repeat it, it works. English habits work the same way. 5 minutes every night becomes 35 minutes every week, more than 2 hours every month, more than 30 hours every year. And all of it comes from a habit that feels almost too small to matter. But small things matter. Very often, they matter the most. I want to tell you another secret. The last 5 minutes before sleep are usually quiet. There are fewer messages, fewer responsibilities, fewer interruptions. The world becomes slower, and your mind becomes calmer. This is a wonderful time for gentle learning, not difficult learning, gentle learning. Listening to a short story, reading a few sentences, repeating a few expressions, reviewing words you already know. No pressure to be perfect, no pressure to understand everything, just spending a few peaceful minutes with English. A few months later, Mia said something else. I don't miss my English study anymore, because it had become a habit, as natural as putting her phone on the table, as natural as turning off the light. She no longer needed motivation, she simply did it. And that is the real power of small habits. They stop feeling like work. They become part of who you are. So tonight, before you sleep, I want you to try something. Don't spend your last 5 minutes scrolling through random videos. Don't give your tired brain more noise. Give it something meaningful. A short English story, a few new words, a simple podcast, 1 page of an easy book. Just 5 minutes. Then close your eyes and sleep. Let your brain do the rest. Because sometimes the best time to improve your English is not when you are full of energy in the morning. Sometimes it's in those quiet 5 minutes before sleep. 5 minutes. The right time, repeated every night. Small enough to do, powerful enough to change you. My name is Emma. I will see you in the next episode.